Hello everybody, this is Michelle Fox and welcome back to The Simple Quilter. Now today I'm doing a little flip-flop. Instead of doing the UFO challenge today, I'm going to do the UFO challenge next week, the update for that, and I'm going to do the mug rug for April today because Easter's next weekend and I wanted to be sure to show you this before Easter. Now this is a super cute one today. It was fun to do. It took me quite a while to get this one. I tried two other options and finally decided on this one. So anyway, now just as a reminder, this sew along occurs every month and I show a new mug rug to make. These are quick and easy to do. They shouldn't take you too long. Sometimes the small pieces can be a little bit of a challenge, but I think all of you can do it. So far we've done January, February, March, and this is the fourth one. So if you need to catch up, just go back and view my videos for the previous ones. Now in the comments below, don't forget to tell me how you're coming along on these projects. And again, don't forget to post them on my Facebook page under the monthly sew along group if you'd like to. Okay, so let's get started and take a look at what this month is going to be. Okay, so let's take a look and see what I've got in here for today. We're going to need my drawing. And we're going to need today's mug rug. I think it turned out so cute. And we'll take a quick look at the previous ones. Okay, so there was January. February. March for National Quilting Month. And now April. Here's my diagram. I'm going to do a close-up on that so you can see that. Now, a lot of viewers ask me for the pattern, and this is as close to a pattern as I have. So this is all the measurements and all the pieces you're going to need. And you can take a snapshot of that so you'll have it for later if you need it. Okay, so let's go over the pieces that you're going to need. As always, here on the side, you're going to need 5 pieces cut 1 3/4 by 4 inches. And that's these pieces right here. Okay, so on the bunny side, you're going to need, this is a 3.5 inch square. In this corner right here, I snowballed that, and that is a 1.5 inch square. This piece and this piece are both 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And these are 2.5 inch squares, or they were, that I put on the ends. And this piece is a 2.5 inch square. Then on the side, these pieces, they are 1 1/4 by 5.5, and the pieces up on the top and on the bottom are 1 1/4 by 7. And those are the pieces you're going to need. Okay, so let's start with the pieces here along the side. Now you can see I did 2 different ones, and this is just a lighter shade. I thought these turned out really cute. So anyway, you cut your 5 pieces just like that and you sew them together. And I did trim down the edges a little bit to make it look a little nicer when I sewed it together, and to get rid of all those loose threads. So that's the first thing, and then you're just going to want to set that to the side. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get started on the bunny. The first thing, you're going to take the 3.5 inch square Well, wait a minute. The first thing you're going to do is take your 1.5 inch squares and 2 of your 2.5 squares, and you're just going to draw a line from corner to corner. So you're going to do that on 2 of your 2.5 inch squares and your 1.5 inch square. And you're going to take this first one and you're just going to put it in the corner, pin it on, and sew from corner to corner. Okay, so once you've got that sewn across the corner, you are just going to trim that off and press it back. Okay, so that is the beginning of the bunny. So here we have it right here, and that's going to be going right there. Okay, the next thing, we're going to make these 2 little pieces right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece that you've drawn the line across. This is a 2.5 inch square, and you're going to pin it on here. And we're going to do exactly what we did with this. We're going to sew across here. Okay, so you can see I've sewn straight across there, and I'm just going to trim that off and press it back. Now, of course, I'm going to get my iron out, and I'm going to do that. So you're going to have a piece that looks just like this, and you're going to do that for two of these to create 2. Okay, so once you have those 2 done, you're just going to assemble your little rabbit. It's so quick and easy. So I'm going to just sew these 2 pieces together. Then I'm going to sew these 2 pieces together. So then you've got this piece. Sorry, I was doing that upside down. And this piece now. You're just going to fold those back, and as you can see, I pressed the seams going the opposite way. You're going to pin that, sew it, and flip it back to create your bunny that looks just like that. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your 1 1/4 by 5.5 inch strips, and you're going to sew those onto the side. Put right sides together. Sew your seam, press it back. You're going to do the same thing on this side, press it back. Then you're going to take your 7-inch pieces and you're going to attach them to the top and the bottom. Okay? And that's going to create this block right here. Now the bunny block will be a 5.5 inch unfinished square, and then once you get these pieces put on, this should be a 7-inch square. And you may have to trim it down a little bit, but I like to try to make things just a little bit bigger and trim them down so I have nice clean edges with which to work. Okay, and the last part is attaching this to this. And then there's your piece. Now, I went ahead and I just did hand embroider here. And I put the buttons on to show you, but really I think you should put the buttons on for the eyes, very last thing. You can draw them on if you don't want to sew them on. Now, just as a reminder, after I've done this, I cut my batting 8 by 10.5 and my backing 9 by 11. And then once I have it quilted, totally quilted, I trim it down to 6 by 9 inches. Now, just a couple of things about the eyes. Attach the eyes after you've quilted the piece. Now, I don't do a lot of hand embroidery, And I did do this and then I quilted over it. So if you don't want to quilt over your little whiskers, then you can do that after. But I did all mine before. Now the eyes were a bit of a problem, so when I finish the others that I've started, I will add the eyes the very last thing. And then I just attach my binding. Okay, so don't forget, if you want to post your finished mug rugs and show what you've done, I'd love to see them. Be sure to go to my Facebook page, The Simple Quilter, and post them under the monthly sew along. I want to wish you all a very happy Easter, and I want to thank all of you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Please share with a friend, and as always, leave a comment. I love to get the comments and try to respond to each and every one. So until next time, have fun quilting.